discuss with you all the next important topic from the chapter Living World of class 11th, that is your taxonomy. Children, before coming to the point, what is taxonomy? I'll be explaining that what is taxa. Now, in the last video we have discussed about classification, and what did I explain? I told you all that classification is a factor in the group of organisms, in the study of group of organisms, so that the organisms can be divided into small groups on the basis of similar characters and dissimilar characters. So here also, in the term taxa, we are going to describe that classification only. Now, let us see that what taxa is saying. Taxa is saying that scientific term for categories into which organisms are grouped. Now, taxa is a scientific name given to the organisms on the basis of classification. And this taxa depends on the different level of organisms. Now, if I consider an example of a butterfly. Now, this butterfly belongs to a group of insect. And insects, you all know that you belong to the group of Arthropoda. And Arthropoda is an animal. So children, little basic knowledge you are having of diversity from the class 9th which you have studied. Now it will be a recall part of that. Now your butterfly is one of the category. Now this butterfly is a type of insect. This insect is also a type of category. This is also a type of taxa. Butterfly is one of the category. It can be considered as taxa. Your insect can be considered as a taxa, one category. Now insects belong to the phylum Arthropoda. This Arthropoda is also can be considered as a taxa. Then animals it belongs to. So Animalia, animals is also a kind of taxa. So hope children you are understanding that each category of a classification from the lowest level to the highest level is called as taxa. Now, what is taxonomy? Now, this taxonomy will be based on the study of taxa only. Children, the taxa is a plural word and taxon is a singular word. So, this on the basis of this taxa, taxonomy can be defined. Now, taxonomy, taxa and nomy, these are two words. Taxa, depending on the different categories of the animals, classification based, and nomy, N-O-M-Y, nomy means your study. So taxonomy is a branch of science where we study about the classification system at different category level, at different groups and subgroups level. So classification of living organisms into different taxa based on their characteristics is called taxonomy. So classification of living organism into different taxa. Classification of different organisms on the basis of their taxa means that classification of living organisms on the basis of their small categories, on the basis of their small groups and subgroups. And I told you all that classification was the study depending upon similar characters and dissimilar characters. So the taxa is also depending on the characteristics. Which type of characteristics? Similarities and dissimilarities characteristics. So you can define that taxonomy is a branch of science where your classification of the living organisms are being studied into different taxa according to their different characteristic features present in the different level of organisms. Now children, when we are discussing about taxonomy, it is very important to understand that what is systematic. Now systematic means in a particular sequence manner. Now the study of classification cannot be done haphazardly. We have discussed this before also. Now each level of organism has to be studied at a sequence in a proper manner. So the study of taxonomy, or we can say that this systematic is a branch of study which deals with systematic arrangement of organisms and relationship among them. Now in the systematics we are going to study the same taxonomy. We are going to study the same classification groups and subgroups of the organisms. But this study will be in a systematic manner, in a well arranged manner. From the lowest to the highest level, we are going to study each and every living organisms depending on their similar characters and dissimilar characters. This is your systematics means. Now, if I just now I gave you all the examples of butterfly. Now, butterfly belongs to a insect group. Insects group belongs to a phylum Arthropoda, and Arthropoda belongs to Animalia kingdom. So these are small categories, and at each category level the differences in the characters will be differing. Some of the characters will be similar and some of the characters among the organisms will be different. So on that basis, your classification system, your taxonomy system, or we can say the study of systematic is done. Now children, we shall move to the next topic, that is your hierarchy classification. Now children, we are going to discuss about taxonomic hierarchy and taxonomic categories. Now these are also a part of classification itself, but more detailed, more explanatory. We will be moving into the basic points of the classification factors now in the study of taxonomy. Now children, before understanding taxonomic hierarchy, let me discuss about taxonomic categories. You are knowing the meaning of the terms now. That taxonomic has been taken from the word taxonomy, and category you are understanding it is small groups. So within this part, what we are going to discuss? We are going to discuss about a part of overall taxonomic arrangement. A part of overall taxonomic arrangement. That is, it is made up of different level, at different levels. To make it more nicely explained, if I move to the taxonomic hierarchy, taxonomic categories together constitute the taxonomic hierarchy. Now each taxonomic category will be defining the taxonomic hierarchy. How? Let us move to the example over here. Now I told you all that here you can see on the board I have written pigeon or ant. Then the pigeon has been kept into the group of birds, and the ant has been kept into the group of insects. Birds are aves and insects belong to the Arthropoda phylum. Aves as well as Arthropoda, they all belong to the Animalia kingdom. These are all different groups in which these two animals have been divided, have been kept. I told you that all single character, all single group is considered as taxa or taxon. This is a taxon. These are different taxa. Now the different taxa is classified stepwise in a systematic manner in the study of taxonomic hierarchy. And the taxonomic hierarchy is made up of different taxonomic categories. How? Pigeon belongs to the different taxon, that is birds. The birds belong to the different taxon, that is your aves. And aves belong to the different taxon, that is your animal. Ant belongs to insect. Insects belongs to Arthropoda, and Arthropoda belongs to Animalia. Children, this is a taxonomic category. This is one of the taxonomic category. And this taxonomic category has been systematically arranged one after another depending on their characteristic features which are similar to them and dissimilar to them. It doesn't mean that in the group of birds, in the taxonomic category of birds, in the taxa of birds, only pigeon is there. There are lot numbers of birds like your sparrow, crow, different birds are there. So it is not that bird is only one, but the characteristics similar to the birds when we are classifying. So on that, depending on that, we are keeping the pigeon into the taxonomic category birds. Now birds are kept in the taxonomic category aves, and aves are kept in the animals. So animals. Now children, you can see that they are classified into different levels, into different taxonomic categories, where your pigeon is the smallest level, is the smallest taxonomic category, and your animal is the highest taxonomic category, because in the group of animal, in the taxon of animal, only pigeon is not there, or we cannot say that only birds are there. Arthropods are there. Your different groups of animals, lion, tiger, elephant, deer, cow, cat, dogs, wolves, goats. There are various types of animals. So we cannot keep all the animals in the same group. So the diversions of animals are more. So at the highest level, we keep the animals. Then when we move to the highest level, the differences will be more. And when we move to the smallest level, the similarities will be more. In the group of animals, there will be more complexity. Large number of animals will be there. But when we move to the definite organism, definite individual, pigeon or ant, then we are individually talking about a specific type of organism. So this is called as the smallest level of organism, smallest level of taxonomic category, and animals is considered to be the highest level of the taxonomic category. Now children, I have written here that each taxonomic category represents a unit of classification termed as rank or taxon. So each taxonomic category is considered as either as a taxon or either as a rank. So this is one of the rank, this is one of the rank, or either we call it taxon. So children, this was the basic concept to understand the hierarchy classification. So before moving to the hierarchical classification, it was necessary for us to understand that what is taxonomy categories are there. So classification, taxonomic classification is based on a single unit called as taxonomic categories. And this taxonomic categories will be helping us to study your taxonomic hierarchy. Now children, if you recall the chapter diversity in living organism of class 9th, this type of representation you have seen there in the book. Now this is the representation which depicts the hierarchical classification. You can see that I have mentioned here kingdom, phylum in case of animals, and division we say in case of plants. Then phylum is divided into class. Class is divided into order. Order is divided into family. Family divided into genus. And genus divided into species. Children, these are various taxonomic categories. We have just discussed few minutes back. Kingdom is a different taxon. It is a different taxonomic category. Phylum in case of animals we say. Division in case of plants we say. Class, different taxonomic category. So similarly, all order, family, genus, species, they are all different types of taxonomic categories which we are going to discuss and understand in detail. Now children, in this hierarchical classification, you can see that the things are moving in a systematic manner. We cannot write order in place of phylum and phylum in place of order. Every time kingdom will follow phylum, phylum will follow class, class will follow order, order will follow family, family is going to follow genus, and genus is going to species. Where your species is the lowest level of taxonomic category in the hierarchical classification, and kingdom belongs to the highest level in the hierarchical classification. Species, always remember, it is the basic unit of classification. Children, if you remember, we say that cell is a basic unit of life, a smallest unit of life. Similarly, in the hierarchical classification, your species is the smallest unit of classification. We always start the study of classification with the species, with a single individual organism. So, it is the lowest level taxonomic category and kingdom is the highest. Now children, as we keep on moving upward, if we move from species to genus, genus to family, family to order, order to class, class to phylum and phylum to kingdom. As we are moving upward from species to kingdom, the differences in the characters are going to increase. It means that similarities of characteristic features will be decreasing. As we are moving upward, the characters are going to decrease. Now, children, to understand in better way, now let us see that if I am talking about kingdom, so one kingdom, if we discuss, I will talk about Animalia. This is one of the kingdom. Now this kingdom and the another is Plantae. There are two organisms, there are two type of organisms here which we are keeping in the group of kingdom. Animalia and Plantae. Animalia belongs to animal and Plantae belongs to plants. Now this Animalia, I told you it is not that only one animal is there. Now Animalia can be many. There can be many types of animals. So this kingdom will be having multiple number of phylums, multiple number of animals. Depending upon different type of characteristic features, various types of Animalia can be are present. So one kingdom is having multiple number of phylum. Now if we consider one phylum, now this one single phylum or division, if in case of plants we will be considering division. So now this phylum, one single phylum is having multiple number of classes. Now different classes of organisms are there. Now the classes of this phylum will be different from this, So this is on the basis of similarities and dissimilarities of characters. Now if we consider one class, now this class is having large number of orders, having another characteristic feature organism. Now if I consider this order, it is also having large number of families. Now this single family will be having different genuses, and this single genus will be having different species. So it means that your environment in the nature, only single organism is not present, multiple number of organisms are present, and they all are classified on the basis of similar and dissimilar characters. So how they are dividing, how they have been grouped? They have grouped on the basis of characteristics, similar characteristics. That means all similar group of organisms, all similar characters organisms are kept in the species. Now all the animals having the common species, they will be kept in the group of genus. All will be kept in the family. All having the same character will be in one order. All having the same character will be in one class. Similarly, as we are moving from the lowest to the highest, the differences in the characters are going to increase. Similarities in the characters are going to decrease. Hope children this is understood. To make it more clear to you all, if I take an example inside a family. Now, a family is made up of grandparents, parents, then their siblings. Then the siblings are getting married when they grow up. They are having their own siblings. So what happens? Now if suppose I take example that your grandfather is having two child. Now two of the child from your grandparents, one will be your parent and one will be your uncle. Now your father is having two children, you are two brother and sister, and your uncle is also having two siblings. They are also brother and sister. Now, the similarity in the character from your grandparent to your parent and your uncle will be same character transferring. So they will be looking more similar to each other. Now the siblings of your uncle and you two, both brother and sister, will be different from each other. Two brother and sister from a same parent will be sharing the same character, will be similar to each other in looks and behavior. But these characters will be differing from your cousins. Why? Because they are getting different parental side and you are having different parental side. Similarly, when you will be getting married, your siblings will be there. So two characters of genes will be integrating because the partners will be coming from the different family and different characters will be integrating, and their cousins, their siblings will be having different characters. So more closer, more similar characters. Greater the distance, more differences in the characters. This classification hierarchy wants to explain that all the living organisms are classified on the basis of groups of your similarities and dissimilarities. So that the vast living world has been categorized on this basis only. And the lowest level is the more common one, sharing more similar characters, and the highest level is at great distance, having less similar characters. There are more differences in characters present in the kingdom. Hope children this is understood. Now, if I go back to the species here again to explain it more nicely. Species are the organisms. Now the individuals present in the same species, they will be sharing similar characters to each others, and the most basic character is reproduction. They will be able to reproduce with each other. If I take example of a lion, two lions, male and female, of the same individual species will be able to reproduce to each other with each other, and the next progeny will be produced. Now, this is the main important factor which differentiates species with genus. Species will be having individuals which will be able to reproduce with each other and their next progeny will be coming. But when we talk about genus, if I take example in the genus of lion, tiger and leopard, all the organisms of the same species of the lion will be able to reproduce. All the individuals of tiger will be able to reproduce. All the individuals of leopard will be able to reproduce. So they belong to same species. That is why they are able to reproduce. But when we are talking about the genus, organisms are going from, they are sharing similar characters from the genus, but they will not be able to reproduce with each other. Lion and tiger, they cannot be mated with each other, they cannot be able to reproduce with each other, and next progeny will not be come. So hence here the differences is there. When the reproduction capacity is present among the individuals, then they are considered to be in the similar species. But when the differences gather and they are unable to mate, they are unable to reproduce their next progeny, then the next differences comes, and here your species get differentiated from the genus. They are more distant from the genus. Hope children you are understanding. If I talk to the family, your lion, tiger, leopard and cat, they all belong to the same family, family Felidae. They belong to same family Felidae. Hence, they are sharing certain characters. That is why your lion, tiger, leopard, cat has been kept in the same family called as Felidae. but variations are there. I told you lion cannot reproduce with the tiger, tiger cannot reproduce with the leopard, and leopard cannot reproduce with the cat. So differences are there. So hence more distant relatives are family. Similarly, the more distant relatives are grouped together in an order. More differences having characters will be in another group called as class. Similarly in the phylum and similarly in the kingdom. So the organisms from the species to the kingdom, the vast difference comes, a big difference comes, and that is why your species will not be considered in the group of kingdom. There will be different variations and the characters will be present. Hope children you have understood that what is the differences in the characters and how the organisms from the lowest level to the highest level are classified in the hierarchical classification. Thank you.